Let's be completely honest with ourselves. You're not trying hard enough. If you have a goal to reach financial freedom, to get out of your current job, start a business, we have to be completely honest. Are you trying as hard as you could be? Because without being honest from where we start, how can we then begin to build and progress our life? I had to be real serious with myself. This was in 2013. I had just graduated from university and I was in a corporate job and I was looking around thinking, is this really what I want to be doing? Now, I have every reason to feel proud of myself because I'm surrounded by people who are also in a similar position. People who had went to university, now they have the dream scenario, which is they have a job, they are working a 9 to 5, they can see their retirement in front of them in the next 50 years. Everything is all lined up perfect. They get to go on their lunch breaks, they get to go on their weekends away, they get to go on holidays. They have it all laid out. They can see their pay increments for the next 5, 10 years. All everything's lined up ahead of them. They can see the positions of management that they're going to jump in front of in the next 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 years. Everything is rosy. However, that is not what I was looking for. I was looking for a different plan. So the problem is surrounding yourself with people that are on a different mission to yourself because they're going to tell you all the positive things. They're going to tell you that, yeah, you're doing great. You went to university, you studied, you've got a job, everything is fantastic. However, that is not the right crowd that you want to get involved with. What crowd is it that you are involved in? Are you getting advice from people that let's say you were in a crowd of people that don't have a job. Okay, so you're all sat there talking about how you don't have a job. That's not the crowd you want to be in. Then you're in a crowd of people that have jobs but aren't happy in their jobs or not financially free or able to pay their bills in a comfortable way. Again, all those people, we're surrounded by those people, but again, we need to up ourselves to where we want to be. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, then you need to surround yourself with people that are from that background because then you'll really level up your game. These are people that are living the life that you want to live. And then, and only then, you'll really start seeing that you're not trying as hard as you thought you were trying. I was speaking to a college kid a while ago, and they were telling me, well, uni was kicking their ass, that it was hard work, that it wasn't as easy as they thought it was going to be. Now I said, well, what are you comparing that to? Why are you saying it's so difficult? What are you comparing that to? And they said, well, in high school, I got easy grades without really studying. And now at university, I'm studying 2 hours and it's just really difficult. 2 hours a day and it's really difficult. So the thing you're comparing it off is actually not even that hard in the first place. You're comparing it to zero effort at all. Now you're doing a little bit of effort and you're saying that is hard. So what is it that we're comparing our hard or our efforts compared to what? So you could be somebody who is complaining they don't have much time. Yet, if you look at how much your time you're spending on social media, what time you're waking up in the morning, what is it you're actually doing with your time to say that there isn't enough time for you to get ahead in life? How early are you waking up? How late are you going to bed? You shouldn't be going to bed late. You could get up early, for example. People are getting up at 8:30 in the morning, just enough time to brush their teeth, have breakfast, go to work, come home, uh, commute home, get home, put the feet up, have some dinner, watch some Netflix, and then say, "Oh, it's late and I'm tired now." There's no time in the day. Now, is that really somebody that's trying hard, or someone who thinks that they're trying hard? When you're trying to get to your goal, it's not going to be easy. When that alarm goes off, when you set it early at 4 or 5 in the morning, that's what time I wake up personally. So I have no sympathy for someone who says that they can't get up early. That's what time I wake up at. When my alarm goes off at 4 or 5 in the morning, it's not easy, but that's the sacrifice you have to make to get to where you want to get to. Now, I'm somebody who started my own business way back then, and I move new business all the time. I started a new business a few months ago. I moved to a new country. 3 months, new business set up, and it's paying for my lifestyle as well. And it's somebody who wants to take action and genuinely does it. Now, have a think about your life right now. Are you trying as hard as you could be trying? Let's think about this, and you have to be real. It's something David Goggins, who's a real motivational speaker, someone who's been through a lot of, he pushes his body to the limit. He calls it the accountability mirror. Accountability mirror. It's the only person that's going to be super, super honest with you in your life. The rest of the characters that we have are like what we call like mother figures. They're just going to like tell you nice, soft things that make you feel great. But are they telling you really what you need to be hearing? Okay, so you have to look at yourself and say, well, I'm actually trying as hard as I should be. Mm, only you know. Honestly, only you know. And you know the answer. If you're trying to lose weight and you think, well, am I actually trying? Am I actually going to the gym? Am I actually not just going to the gym, but am I actually working intensely enough? Is my diet great? Because nobody can see what you're eating other than you. Are you working as hard as you could be working? And in reality, the answer to most of those questions is going to be you're not. There's a lot of wasted time in your day. And then we complain at the end of the week, the month, the year, why we're not hitting our goals. It's because of this. Are you being accountable to yourself? And if you can't be, then you need to go and hire somebody or have somebody who's your accountability partner. Honestly, without this, there's just no going forward. Being honest with yourself. If you're not as smart as everyone else, acknowledge that. If you're slower than everyone else, acknowledge that. Okay? If you're genuinely just not able to concentrate as long as everybody else, acknowledge that. And only then we can start to build forward from there. People are lying to themselves saying, "Oh, I'm working really, really hard. I'm getting up at 8:30 in the morning, and I'm going to bed super late, but I'm tired because I'm playing games and I need time to relax." People that are living their full passion. Okay, people that these entrepreneurs that you hear about on social media that we're trying to live to their lifestyle. Those people, they find joy in the work that they do, and this is why they're getting ahead of because you're going to a 9 to 5 job you don't like, then in the evenings to make up for the fact that you've not been enjoying your day you then have to go and play some computer games for a few hours or scroll on social media for 2, 3 hours, wasting time to get over the fact that you didn't enjoy your day. And therefore, you have no time. You have no time to build a future where you will enjoy it. You see how that's backwards? Whilst the entrepreneur, the someone who enjoys their job like I do, I wake up at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, I'm recording these videos, and honestly, a whole 12 hours, 14 hours goes by when I'm not just doing the work that I love, which is like making these videos and helping other entrepreneurs create income for themselves. But then I go to the gym, then I go back in the morning, early morning, well, a bit like mid morning, have breakfast with my wife and my son. That's like 9 o'clock, and then I go do something else. I go for a swim. I come back in early afternoon. I do 4 hours of concentrated work. Then in the afternoon, in the late afternoon, maybe then go back, have some dinner, then so I've got loads of other little things that I do throughout my day that makes it a productive day, physically, mentally, spiritually, everything. But when you go to work for 9 hours a day, you're probably thinking this is all just like a waste of time. You're not really focused on what it is you're doing. You come home at night, then you have to make up for that kind of lack of joy for like 2, 3 hours of wasting your time doing something else. How about if you try to get up a little bit earlier? How about at your lunch break at work, you done something beneficial? You read a book, you started researching that business that you wanted to start without being honest with yourself that you're not genuinely putting in as much effort as you could be, you're not going to get your goals, your fitness goals, your financial goals, freedom goals. Freedom is genuinely what most people in this world are searching for. It's not actually the money, if you think about it, but because the money equals the freedom that you don't have to work for somebody else. You work when it is that you want to work. It's the freedom that we're looking for, to be honest with you. But that's what I'm looking for. What are you looking for? Freedom, loads of money to do what? To be free, right? Fit. Why are you looking? When I'm looking to get fit, I had to put a goal up there ahead of me. Now, I train as a football referee. I have for the last 16 years. That is my profession. I'm a football referee as a hobby. Now, I found a hobby that benefits my fitness because otherwise I knew I would not be motivated to go out running, training, losing weight. There had to be a goal for me. There had to be a goal. And it had to be a goal that I controlled. So playing in a football team wasn't something. First of all, you can't after the age of like 35. You genuinely aren't that great at football anymore. Your fitness starts to go. Injuries was a big one for me. I got injured when I was younger playing football, a broken leg, and that really took it out of me because right now, if I got an injury like that, it would really affect my work. And I would just like, you know what, football is too rough and dangerous. And we're talking about football as in like the European football, like the soccer that Americans would call it. We're talking that football is too injury prone. So I took up refereeing. Refereeing is like you're doing the same running as a football player, just without the risk of somebody sliding in. However, I had to get fit to progress in my career as a football referee, and that was my goal that I put up here, the goal that I was aiming for. Otherwise, I would not be motivated to wake up every morning, eat healthy, run the distances that you need to run to become a referee, and stay fit. We have tests every couple of months, and we need to stay fit. So I put a goal out there in the distance for me to chase. Otherwise, I would not have done it. And for you as well, what is it that you're chasing a goal? Is it the fitness goal, financial goal? To be honest, you should have all these goals laid out in front of you. What is it? But put a marker what you want to achieve. If you want to leave your job, okay, if you want to leave your job, you need to first of all put a date when you would like to leave. Because if you don't put a date and say, okay, I'm going to leave it like 5 years, 10 years, actually never. I'm just going to put a goal that I want to leave my job. That you're never going to get there. How about you say, I want to start making £100 a month with a side hustle? That's it. £100 a month. What can I do to make £100 a month? Then your brain starts to think, okay, what could I do to make £100 a month? Okay, and then if you keep doubling that, okay, the next month, okay, what? Okay, £200, £400, £800, £1,600. Do you see? In like 6 months, you can create a business for yourself. If you just double, like people think £100 isn't a lot. If every single month, not even double, let's just say you just added £100, okay, £100. Next month you made £200. Next month you made £300. Next month £400. People think, oh, this is £100 increments. This is going to take me ages. Okay, well, let's say a year goes by. Now you're making £1,200. Okay, 2 years go by. Okay, now per month you're making £2,400. Okay, so in 2 years you could leave your job just by thinking in £100 increments. That's it. Okay, and to be honest, the reality is if you know how to make £100, then you very quickly know how to make £300. If you know how to make 300, you know how to make five. If you know how to make five, you know how to make 1,000. It doubles. But if you just put these small goals ahead of you, £100 increments, what can I do with £100 increments? You're gonna find that I can make that quite easy in your business. But you've not set any goals and you're not giving yourself any time and you're not pushing yourself. Be honest. Are you pushing yourself? Are you really researching? Or as soon as you go on the internet, you start going on social media and that's you distracted? Which I get. I completely get that. Distraction is huge. I get that completely. And this is why in this program, if you click on the link in this bio, I take you step by step through how to start up your own business. It's not going to cost you anything other than your time to focus and get the subject matter, get the product, which is yourself, your knowledge that's already in your head. We lay it out for you to keep you focused. And to be honest, you don't even have to go on social media. Okay, if you notice, I don't put these videos up on social media. I stick to YouTube mainly because it's people that are really interested in bettering their life, watching videos such as this. If it was on social media, it would just be flicking, and getting just a couple of people that are just looking for that, that dopamine rush. That's not how you build a business based on just instinct and dopamine rush. That's not how it is. It's someone who sat down, who's watching videos such as this for self-development, step-by-step guides. That is the community that we have here. And I show you step by step how I built my businesses through a simple framework, which is not not being distracted and genuinely being honest with yourself and then filling in those gaps. So if you are interested, click the link below and go through our step-by-step process there, and I'll see you in the community. One other thing, if you are somebody who is completely out of ideas, completely is just like, I have not a clue what to do, this is great for you because it gives you a step-by-step process to follow, how to get ideas and also be accountable. Without accountability, we just honestly would not do anything. Well, us humans, we have to be honest, right? We are lazy and we would prefer to sit on the sofa, eat pizza, and watch football, or watch a sport, or just play games all day. Genuinely, if you did not need to make any money, what is it that you would do with your day? Let's think about that right now. What would you do with your day? What I would do with my day is I would go out swimming, I would go out on my motorbike. I would play sports like tennis, of course, see my family, go to nice restaurants, have nice healthy smoothies and all that kind of stuff. That's what I would genuinely do throughout the whole of my day. What is it you would do with your day? Even given the choice to do anything you want, do you think the choices that you're going to make are healthy choices? Isn't that so strange, right? Even if we had like millions and millions of pounds in the bank, would you make healthy choices or would you make irresponsible, unhealthy choices? So people will say, all right, I'm just going to sit at home, play games, eat pizza, and not exercise. So maybe it's a good thing then you don't have all your millions, and maybe that's keeping you actually grounded. Because if you did have all that money, you would go off the rails. So potentially it might be good. However, we need to focus and channel the good energy, the positive energy to get you out of the position you're stuck in now. I remember when I was in a corporate job. Goodness, I remember being stuck in this like cubicle in an office thinking, I just graduated, thinking this is it for me. This is like what people say is like at the other side of education is a 9 to 5 job, and this is me in this 9 to 5 job. Wow. And I was so depressed. And people around me were just, they were loving life. And I was like, is this it? Coming and going from work every day, and this is it. Honestly, I'm so proud of myself, the fact that I got myself out of that situation. Because it was not, for me, it was just a dead end. Like the people say, dead end job. That's what it felt like. It just felt like I'm not, I'm paying my bills every month, but I'm not living a life of purpose, of fulfillment. I didn't feel good at the end of the day. I just felt like I was just paying the bills, basically. Yeah, just paying the bills and filling in the gaps, playing football in the evening and going to bed, waking up and doing it again. Looking forward to the Friday feeling, as everybody says. Thank God it's Friday. That's it. That's all I was doing. That's quite a sad way of living life, I think. What do you think? Is that fulfillment? Be honest with yourself. Accountability mirror. That's what I want you to do at the end of this video. Accountability mirror. Just stop for a second and think. Be completely honest with yourself. Are you trying your best? And could you be doing more in that area of life that you're trying to get better in your fitness? Okay, so think about that just now. Join us in our community. We'll get you straight and narrow on the right path, following your dreams, whatever that is. Make sure you get them laid out. Will help you lay out your dreams and build a successful business. That is what I do. That is what I've done, and that is what I continue to keep doing. Help you build your successful business. Get yourself out. Basically, get you out of the way of your success, because the chances are you're in the way. You're the one that's holding yourself back from the success that you're looking for. So get you out the way, move you forward, and get you exactly what it is you're looking for, what by being accountable to yourself. Click on the link underneath this video, and I'll see you in the community.